right, guys, here we go. Getting the first game of the new year started. Got the visiting Northport Bobcats and the starting lineup being introduced.
The Bobcats come in with a record of 12-4. And the Seminoles boast an 8-6 record, coming off a pretty tough weekend in St. Petersburg with a district loss to St. Pete Lakewood on Friday and to Canterbury Academy on Saturday. So I know they're chopping at the bit to get back on the win side and take on this Northport Bobcat team.
You know, I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Watkins before the game, and he was telling me the 8-6 record is not indicative of what the team really can do. And looking at the loss to St. Pete Lakewood, 2-point loss, Canterbury, another tough loss with 9 seconds left and a couple of shots to go at the end of the game. Rebounds happened, but weren't able to convert the layups to finish. Is really been something that I think Coach Watkins was thinking was just a slow start to the new year, Coach.
And I got to tell you, coming off the break, they had a resolution of playing better basketball, playing with more passion, more intensity, and so forth. And it looks like that's what was going to happen, but unfortunately, they're still struggling with it. So hopefully we can get that corrected tonight.
Gonna have to re-jump that ball.
Got Kevin Banks jumping against number 22, Aaron Demucus. I know I'm gonna butcher his name for the rest of the night. We're gonna be calling him Aaron if he does anything. Looks like the Seminoles open up in 2-3 zone. Northport's moving the ball. There's a jump shot by number 2. Three-pointer by Brian O'Boyle.
Now, Coach Watkins did mention that he likes to rely on the zone a lot because it's able to really set the tone defensively. When he's able to call that zone and get a couple of traps, as said, Brooks gets sent away. It's number 3 turning that ball over, Brandon Graff.
He had a nice drive to the basket, but unfortunately he met with a host of Bobcat defenders.
Got a couple of big guys down there.
Yeah, they do. They have some good size. Skylar Negret's bringing the ball up against number 0, Albert Irabon. Bad entry pass, but Cam somehow recovers. Loose ball.
Got to just pick that ball up instead of trying to dribble out of trouble.
Bad pass by Cam Green. Turnover. Bobcats get the possession again. Slow start for the Seminoles. Not liking the way that we're starting off intensity-wise, so hopefully we can pick it up here.
Nice up and under move and bailed him out. It looked like that one wasn't going to go, but he was able to relax after that double pump, and I think that was Kevin that committed the foul.
Yeah, that's Kevin Banks with his first foul. Looks like 22, Aaron, is a lefty, so we're going to have to make sure that we're playing a strong hand. He up and under, right back to a strong hand. Got Kevin caught underneath the basket. 1-2 from the free throw line. Rebound by Cam Green.
All right. Looking at Skylar and the way that they're moving the ball. Nice move, nice penetration, and nice dump off, and that's Cam.
Nice strong take by Cam. I like it when he actually catches the ball and goes straight up. We've been talking about that all season, really, about him not putting the ball on the ground and just being a little bit more explosive. Good thing. Looks like
you got to think he's an under-the-rim player, so when you have someone that's under the rim, your footwork is really important. And in addition to your footwork being important, having that correct positioning. That's number 2
looks
with
like
the 3 ball.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to keep an eye on him. That's 2 3 balls in a row for Brian O'Boyle. So it looks like he may be a shooter. Good penetration, nice dump off for Cam.
Cam dropping behind that zone when they're not looking is a great dish and dump off by Skylar. You want to see that type of play from your senior guard. Skylar gets a rebound, keeps his head up, is looking to see what action's going to happen.
Good penetration. Unfortunately, it's a turnover. Sometimes Sky gets in there a little bit too deep. He's got to be able to go in there with the purpose, either go in there to score or make the pass earlier. You know, I know from your coaching days, where's the point guard supposed to stop at?
You got to stop at the foul line.
Stop at the free throw line, make a decision.
Line. If you don't stop at that foul line, that means you're taking it all the way. Now,
it's a pretty interesting play design that they have here, overloading the side.
They're trying to get some action to get that zone to move.
Good rebound by Cam.
Plays. Now, that's a great rebound, but you got to get down there and be an outlet a little quicker.
Nice take by Skyler.
Now, that's what we're talking about. If you go below the foul line, you got to be able to finish and finish with a purpose. So that's the way to get the team back in the game and down by 1.
And it's like you said, you got to go in there with a purpose. You know, when you get below that free throw line and not knowing exactly what you're trying to do, then there's issues. Okay, at some point we got to recognize that this gentleman is going left. He's a left-handed player, and he's made moves to his left-hand side every time.
All right, luckily they called that one on the ground, so we didn't get the benefit of the end one.
And that's the first foul on said.
Oh, that was a nice misdirection.
It was
a
nice
just
play.
Missed it. You're thinking that it's going to go under the basket on the block.
Good pass. Alex went strong with the ball. I like that.
Now, Alex is quite the athlete. Sooner or later, you like to see him just take off and really put one down on somebody.
You know, the interesting thing is the last 2 games he's had breakaway dunk opportunities and unfortunately hasn't been able to convert it. We're chomping at the bit for him to get that first dunk off this year so that we can celebrate with him.
Maybe his New Year's resolution is to finish a dunk and catch a body.
Hopefully so. I'll take that.
Now, I don't mind the zone, but I want to see more activity. Like that trap that just came through. When they're overloading that side, they've got to come quicker. You don't hear anybody talking on that zone, so it's not an active. It's a real passive zone. And you'd like somebody on that back line to play that Draymond Green type and really direct traffic. Talk about where the ball is, make sure the guard's at the flight of the ball, and really have an opportunity to disrupt the offensive set.
And that's the 22. Trapping at the point of the ball. Good dump off by Skyler. Kevin Banks will be going to the free throw line for 2.
One thing Skyler's got to remember is the deeper he gets, the easier it is for his man to translate and follow the ball and really put some extra pressure on Kevin. So Kevin's got an opportunity to knock down 2 foul shots and get on the board. And now it's going to be down to 1. But you want to think, why bring an extra defender down to your teammate when they're already stacking and packing that paint?
And you know, the tough thing too from the Seminoles right now is we're losing a lot of close games. And one of the reasons why is we're having a really tough time on the free throw line. I mean, we spent a lot of time over the break working on our free throw shooting. So hopefully in the new year we will shoot better than 59%. But it's not translating right now. I don't know if it's focus, but it's definitely not lack of practice because we're practicing free throws every single day.
And one thing I know being in practices with Coach Watkins and with yourself is the dedication you go to the beginning of practice and the end of practice where you really want to use that free throw to warm up, and then you want to do it at the end of practice when they're tired because that's how it's going to be in the game. You're not taking free throws from a standstill. You're really doing it after you've been running, after you've been moving. Looks like a possible injury landed on his ankle.
Yeah, I think he might have twisted it. Cam's tough though at times, so I think he'll be able to shake that one off. See
this
what
will
we're
be
running.
the game to do it. You got an opponent that you haven't played against in at least 5 years or more. So you got different teams, different players, some different coaching strategies and different sets. You're already seeing that, and that's the type of thing that you want to get ready for the playoffs. When you're trying to make a deep run into regions and maybe get the states, those are the type of differences that you want to see. You want to play a myriad of teams.
Absolutely. You don't want to see the guys that you see every single night. Good opportunity. Good job by Cam getting in front, taking the charge. You know something, you know, Cam's a junior now, of course, and we've been talking to him for 3 years about getting his body in front, taking the charge instead of swinging wild. He's done an awesome job this year from a totality standpoint of making sure that he's moving his feet. He's taken a lot of charges this year.
It's not always the most fashionable thing to do when you're the biggest guy on the floor as far as heft. You don't want somebody to think they could easily knock you down, but when it counts for a turnover and it gives your team the advantage, you want to be able to do that. I don't know if he made his decision to pass or shoot at the last second, but Skylar again is getting a little too deep. He's got to make his mind up and put 2 stops in a row. All right, Alex looks like he wants to get involved. We haven't called Ted Brooks' name yet, have we?
No, we haven't. You know, right now it's trying to interesting to see what are we running from offense. It looks like a little helter-skelter. And there's a turnover.
When you do that, as a point guard, you pass it to your teammate and they've got their back to the basket. You've got to know what the defenders look like. Nice Euro, nice stop. Good-looking shot. Unfortunately, he went off. Well, fortunately for us, because we are at Seminole Alley.
Yeah, and the thing that's really saving us right now, I believe, good take by Alex Teller. The thing that's saving us right now is that they're not hitting a lot of shots outside of a couple threes that they made. So, and it's allowing us to get in transition a little bit. It's allowing us to be aggressive on offense, but we've got to play better defense. 3-point shot by Skylar.
Touches every part of the rim but the bottom. Skylar looks like he's calling for a sub. His New Year's resolution wasn't to get a better workout plan, was it, Coach?
I don't know. I know he runs hard, and he's been going really hard so far in this first 7 minutes of the quarter. So 1:03 left in the first quarter. Seminoles up 13-9. So that's a quick quarter. It hasn't been a lot of foul calls, so it's been a good flow to the game.
5 total fouls. Referees are letting it play. You got a referee staff that's been running up and down the court with them. So if that translates to the rest of the game, that means we could be in for an easy night.
And this refereeing crew's pretty good. They just did our junior varsity game too, so they're doing double duty.
All right, Alex has really asserted himself this first quarter. That's one thing that you want to see. Being the tallest player on the team, that's an 8-point quarter, and he's been active on the boards. Taking it to the basket, knocking down his jumper, so he's got a good flow for the game.
The thing I like best about what Alex is doing so far is he's had 2 or 3 drives to the basket.
It's been active.
The thing with Alex is if he can get some drives to the basket, his confidence level continues to increase, and then his jumper starts to fall just because he's shooting it from a place of confidence. So I'm excited to see him getting to the basket tonight.
I will tell you, that's too easy. They ran that play to perfection. They got the shot exactly how they wanted, and that's the end of the first quarter.
In the first quarter, you got a 16-11 game. Seminoles up.
You got referees coming over, and we don't want to give them too much conversation because we got a whole Northport crowd behind us. So we got to make sure that we are staying as impartial as we can, knowing that we are definitely rooting for the Seminoles to do what they do best, which is win here on John Harder Court.
You know, you big in the city, so all the referees know you. They know Mr. Alexandria.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Coach, I hear you have a tournament for the JV players coming up soon.
Yes,
tell us a little bit about that.
This weekend, it's the 3rd annual Future Stars Junior Varsity Tournament. 3 years ago, we decided to put the junior varsity teams on display. So the Future Stars Tournament is just that. We got 8 teams, all the Manatee County teams. We got Sun Lake High coming from North Tampa and Sarasota High coming from Sarasota. And it's an 18 tournament. Every team gets 3 games, but there's a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. It's an opportunity for the JV kids to take center stage and really be the focus of the play. You know, these are the next stars. That's why we named the Future Stars, because these are the guys that's up and coming. These are the guys that's working behind the scenes, that's putting in the extra hours to eventually be on this main court and be a part of a Southeast SCTV broadcast.
I think that is an absolutely fantastic idea and a great concept. When you really think about the JV team and feeder programs, it used to be you have a freshman team, you got a JV team, and you got your varsity team, and there was support for each one. Now with funding, you're looking at basketball. AAU has really put a dent into the quality of basketball, but I think that's going to be changing soon with the introduction of the junior NBA. And how they're going to take some of those elite players. So it's going to be really important for these junior varsity teams and these junior varsity players to get some quality matchups against teams they may not have an opportunity to play.
I agree. That foul was on number 32, Ben Vine. Looks like out of the timeout, they tried to run a play for Cedric Brooks. Unfortunately, A.D. Savage wasn't able to get the pass to him. Like you said, we haven't heard very much from Brooks thus far. There's a layup drive, rebound by Kevin Banks, and one opportunity.
Kevin Banks is steady and consistent. The games that I've seen him play, he's not going to do more than he needs to do. And that's one thing that you love to see from a player that he's a senior, correct?
Absolutely.
By this time, you should know your strengths and know your weaknesses and really maximize your opportunities. And that's what this young man is doing each and every time I've seen him play.
See, the thing about Banks is he's our glue guy. You know he's going to hustle. You know, majority of the time he's going to be in the right spot. He's going to rebound the ball, and like you said, he's going to play within himself. So he's going to take the shots that he has a good percentage of converting, and he's going to do the things that he does well. Not very often is he going to get him outside of himself. Now on that particular time, he got beat baseline.
He got beat baseline, but if number 11 didn't foul him, he had that tied up for a jump ball. He recovered great and didn't foul on the recovery.
Okay, so yeah, that foul was on number 11, Sam Washington. Seniors checked in the ball game. There's a free throw by number 5, Christian Ramirez, his first points of the night.
Lefty, number 22, is coming back in the game.
Yeah, we're just going to call him Aaron.
All right, Aaron.
If his mom is listening, mom or dad is listening, Mr. Mucus. Sorry, we're just going to call him Aaron.
By the size of the people that have come with, I'm thinking she's probably behind us.
She's probably behind us, right. Norfolk has a pretty good crowd here tonight, so rocking and rolling here at John Horter Court, excuse me. Seth Brooks has the ball in the wing, flash to Sam Washington for a 17-foot jump shot. Nice looking stroke by Sam.
Now, one person on the court, you got to know where he's at all times. He's been their most aggressive inside player and their post player, so he's running the court, and you got to make sure that you stay in between him and the basket because he looks like a rim runner, and he's making sure he gets to his strong spot, which is his left side.
Yeah, you're right. He's a rim runner. He looks physical. He's aggressive. He goes hard to his strong hand. You know, we got to be able to recognize that. You know, as you evolve as a basketball player, we got to be able to look at what a guy does well, identify it, recognize it, and then take that away from him. And right now, we're not doing that very well.
See, in high school basketball, you don't have the pleasure of a scouting report. And if you do, it's because it's a district play, and you may know a coach, and they send you some tape. When you're playing a team like Norfolk, which you haven't played, is outside of your district and is in South Sarasota County, you got to come in and really recognize as a basketball player what somebody does well within the first quarter of play. You got to look at tendencies.
Absolutely. Now, we did get to get some film on these guys just a few days ago, so we're able to see a little bit about what they do, but the game they played wasn't one of their best games, so I don't know.
Are they staying true to the film?
Pretty much. You know,
okay.
We thought that it was going to be hard for them to score.
Looks like it could be an injury underneath.
Looks like rolled ankle maybe.
Number 3, that is Brandon Graff.
Hey, you never want to see injuries in the game.
Absolutely.
Here's the replay here off the rebound. Looks like as he was going out of bounds, he just rolled the ankle.
Yeah, he stepped. He looks like he was awkwardly landing.
No, being a player, both of us,
yeah.
We know that feeling. You don't want to see anybody go down with rolled ankles, sprained knees or anything like that. You want to see these guys have an opportunity to play.
I would rather do it as a 16-year-old than as a 40-year-old, Coach.
Without question. If I roll an ankle now, it might take me a month to get back on my feet.
Yeah. If we roll ankles at this point, it's almost like it's a broken bone. It's bad. It's bad.
Well, while we have a little time with the injury, let's read a promo from one of our sponsors. We're proud to announce that Kaiser University of Sarasota is once again a business partner of SCTV. This is the 13th year that Kaiser has supported the television production program at Southeast High School. At Kaiser University Sarasota campus, you can get the training you need to pursue a new career in the fields of business, criminal justice, education, healthcare, information technology, law, and so much more. They offer associate's, bachelor's, graduate degree programs. Their Sarasota campus also offers a culinary arts, a baking and pastry program. You can find out more about what Kaiser has to offer by simply going to their website at kaisersuniversity.edu. Now back to the game. Looks like they're helping the gentleman off the floor. Bobcats have the ball. Once again, got it into the middle of our zone. We did a good job closing out on the ball. There's the shooter again. We got to know where he is.
So that's 3.
That's the third 3 for Brian O'Boyle. We got to make him either put that ball on the floor or pass that up.
AD's a little out of control. And Skylar
is as well.
Jump passing is, I don't know why people have a tendency to do it so much. These young players got to understand that once you leave your feet, you need to look to score, because it's not going to end up, it's going to end up as a turnover 40% of the time, 60% of the time, and that's not good odds.
And you know, like I know, leaving your feet to pass, more times than not, it's going to end up bad. Your percentages, like you said, go out the window. Nice job by Cam. Rejected by number 22, Aaron again.
Got a wet spot on the floor. Got to travel.
So we got some new faces in the game. Junior number 24, Jermaine Ginyard's in the game. We already spoke about junior number 3, A.D. Savage. Coaches went a little bit small with a 2-point guard look. Nice kick out to Skylar. Skylar's a pretty good shooter. Unfortunately, he didn't get that one to go.
Great rebound, Cam. Now, we got the ball where we needed to, but if A.D. would have looked up and gave it to him a little quicker, Skylar may have been set and ready for that. We're getting the shots that we want. Now we got to worry about not letting them get comfortable defensively.
That's the second charge taken by Cam Green. He's having a really good game.
Shot.
Really good game so far. 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 charges taken. I told Cam today, I need double-doubles from him for the entire week. And he's on a pretty good pace to do it, at least offensively. Nice floater by A.D. I'll take that shot. He got in the lane. He got a wide-open floor opportunity. He's just got to knock it down. That's not a bad look.
You know, with your 2-point guards, it's a different look in some of the same things. Skylar drives with his eye on the middle of the court, but looks to kick out or dump off. AD is looking to get that floater if they give him a little bit of space. But if they're able to really maximize what's working well, and right now you got a player like Cam that's on the roll, you got to give him an opportunity to stay on that roll. That's a hard fall by Seth Brooks. Looks like he's shaking up a little bit, but not totally out of sorts.
Not shaking up enough to shoot another jumper.
Now the back hurts after the jumper miss.
That one's going to sting for a little bit. He hit the ground pretty hard. He's going to have some pain on that one tomorrow. Hopefully not too much, because we got a district game tomorrow against the Bayshore Bruins, so we're definitely going to need his firepower in the lineup.
Absolutely. Get some treatment after the game. Got to take care of your body, young people.
Got to take care of your body.
I do think younger and younger people are really starting thinking about their diets and how they eat, and really just maximizing their potential as athletes. Internet has a lot to do with that. That's a big player to go in on.
Once again, Skylar gets into the lane, and he's got to look to make that pass. You know, he's running a 1-foot offensive set, which basically put everybody on the baseline, clear out, see if you can't beat your man. But the thing I always try to help these guys understand is that once you get past your man, there's 2 other guys coming. So you got to look to make that dump-off pass. You got to look to make that kick-out pass, because that's going to be the shot that's open, unless you're just lightning quick like a guard I used to have that would be able to get by the man and get all the way to the basket.
I'm not sure who would you be referring to, a young Mr. Trey Alexandria.
I think that might be him, you know, gentleman that at some point lived in your house and shared your last name.
That works. That
Pretty
works.
Good player, though.
Well, I'd like to say a belated happy birthday to him. He turned 20 years old this past Sunday, the 14th, and he is recovering and recouping finally back to some 5-on-5 action. Just no back-to-backs yet, but he's definitely ready for the next season in college basketball. And as a proud father, I'd like to say he's carrying a 3.8 GPA.
Oh, that is awesome. That's even better than the accomplishments on the floor. Now that we got lucky, first of all, because we left the shooter in the corner wide open off the inbound pass. Then we get the rebound, and somehow or another we turn it over. Those are the plays that, in a tight game, which right now it's only an 11-point game, those are the plays that come back to haunt you.
We're not shooting the best from the foul line right now, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel all season. This big guy is working the ball and really looking to get great position, and it absolutely works. If you look at that set, it was designed for him to kick the ball out and follow the flight of the ball, because they brought someone to the corner. It drug Cam out and left Jermaine on an island.
I got to tell you, they run some pretty good stuff. I think I might be watching the film and seeing if there's anything that we can pick up on, because so far they're out of bounds plays. They get wide open looks. So I definitely want to see how they're
plays have
executed.
been amazing. Coach Tom is doing a great job with this program. Cam is really working hard this game. We've got an opportunity to get 13 points, I believe, if he gets this M1.
This is shooting for number 13.
All right.
He's going to the basket, really aggressive, really strong. The one thing that I think he realizes that, although, like you said earlier, he's not a above the rim type player, he takes up a lot of space. And if he can be physical with his moves and get them off quicker, he always has an opportunity to score.
I can name 10 players right now that are able to use their body and be below the rim players and still be effective.
Absolutely.
One being a Hall of Famer that was only 6 feet 4 inches tall, but still played above the rim, but did a majority of his work. The round mountain rebound, Mr. Charles Barkley.
And I love that. It's a 76er.
As a Philly fan, absolutely.
Philadelphia 76er, which, by the way, my Sixers are up and coming. In this new year, they have shown that the process is working.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
You may have an all-star there.
I tell you, defensively on this side, Kevin Banks did a good job taking the charge.
Oh, wow.
And back on the offensive side, Ced's having a tough go at it right now. May have to use some pump fakes on the inside. He might have to get his body to a couple defenders. He's got to figure out another way to be able to get that ball off.
You got to think that the same way that you're being watched, or you're watching film, you're being watched, right?
Yes.
And because that's happening, you got to really think, if they're watching me, what do I do all the time that I can just change a little bit? How can I switch up my game and be diverse and have several different ways to get to the same spot?
Absolutely. And it's like you said, we haven't played these guys in a few years, so I would almost guarantee their coaching staff probably reached out to some of our competitors, our opponents that we've played thus far, got some film on us. And just about all our film, you're going to see that Ced is the guy that makes us go. Most of the time, he's our leading scorer. He's the guy that's the most aggressive all the time. So
great pass.
Like now, to take him out of the game.
If you look at that last play, that was a perfect example of it. We got the ball into Ced quick, but there, I believe number 21 didn't shy far away from him. So while Ced had some great gravity, he was able to pull that player back and get the assist. Running the floor and dumping it off to Kevin. Gave Kevin another opportunity to get 2 shots at the foul line. So you would love to see him score, but right now he understands he doesn't have it fully going, so he's going to keep his teammates involved.
And that was a great unselfish pass. He got the ball ahead of the pack where he might have been able to make a wild catch and an attempt at a finish, but instead he gave it back to Kevin.
That's maturity. That's 3 years ago. Less than a minute left in this first half.
Kevin's working on a pretty good first half, too. He's got 6 points and about 3 or 4 rebounds.
Charlotte's got his hands down. You want to see him more aggressive on the top of that zone.
I agree.
Again, nobody talking on defense. They're really just playing self-contained, and that's where those shots happen. This guy hasn't missed a shot yet, has he?
And who was that made that shot? Was that Mr. O'Boyle again?
Mr. O'Boyle, Brian O'Boyle, yes.
For 2?
2 points, right in the middle of the zone.
Well, I tell you one thing that's pretty interesting defensively. You know, we talk about New Year and resolutions and understanding things that you got to do better and do differently. One of the things that Coach Watkins kind of realized into the new year is that we need to play a little bit more zone. And he's had a first half full of zone.
Yes.
And as a result of it, we go into the half with a 33-23 lead. So I think it, you know, might be working a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the end of the first half with the score 33 for the Seminoles and 23 for the Bobcats. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back. You're watching Seminole basketball on SETV Sports.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Who's this?
I'm John. I went to your school last year. I saw your pictures online and you're really pretty.
Oh, thanks.
How old are you?
I'm 16. And you?
Cool. I'm 17.
I don't think I ever met you.
Yeah, I was always too shy to talk to you. But my parents are out of town this Friday and I'm having a party. Wanna come?
Sure. Sounds cool.
Awesome.
I'll see you there.
think we're back. Start of the second half. Let's do some point checks so far. Right now, Cam Green is leading the game in scoring with 12 points. Alex Taylor has 8. Kevin Banks has 6. Looks like a steal and 1 from Skylar McGrett.
They're counting that.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Skylar with the steal, going to the line for the and 1.
You know, you got to like the way that he was really putting the pressure on the backcourt. Gets an opportunity to add to the lead.
It's 3 the old-fashioned way. So I got a chance to sneak into the locker room and hear Coach Watkins. He really praised some of the things that we were talking about as far as the zone and the way we rotated. He also acknowledged the fact that Northwood is running some pretty intricate stuff, as we see right there as they get a wide-open 15-footer from number 22, Aaron Desmoukas again.
Their sets are very sophisticated for a high school team. You got to think some of the double stacks that they're doing to get their shooters open as Kevin Banks gets in for another 2 points.
Actually, I think that was Ced's first 2.
Oh, Ced Brooks.
And they ran the cross set to be able to get him isolated underneath the basket. Was able to get 2. Jump shot by Brian O'Boyle is off the mark. Cam with the rebound.
Missed. Nice swing. And that gap was there. There's the attack. Short armed it.
By Ced. Missed the layup, though.
I like the way he attacked. He was very patient. Didn't look to go right away. Gave the defense an opportunity to develop. And once he saw that hole open up, hey, if you're a slasher and you're a guard, you got to take that.
Yeah, you got to take that. You got to take it and you got to make it. I know he wish he could have that one back. Seminoles open back up in the 2-3 zone. Two driving baseline. Good deflection by Skylar. He did a better job that time sinking in the lane. Once that ball goes to the corner, that backside top guard has to sink in the lane and make sure they're taking away that pass in the middle. That's how they were able to score the last time off that same set. So we got to do a better job of that.
I just gave an update on Brandon Graff. Looks like he is being wheeled back out to join his team. He's got that foot wrapped up, so that will be the end of his night. Brandon's been playing basketball in the local area for quite some time. Now that I recognize him from the AAU circuit when he was younger. His mother used to be in the banking world, and I remember seeing them in the travel circuit. So, you know, send our prayers out to that young man. Playing hard and getting an unlucky break, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery and can rejoin his team before the end of the season.
There's another drive by number 22, Aaron Desmoukas. Again, I think we're going to call him Aaron. Cam stepped in and taking.
Let's go with AD.
I like AD.
We go with AD.
Cam stepped in to take another charge. That's charge number 3 tonight. He is really, really focusing on being in proper defensive position.
Yeah, Cam's resolution would be in the right place at the right time this year.
I think he is making good on that resolution.
We got a steal, but he landed 2 on the line. Not like one of the Vikings receivers.
Ooh, was that not?
That's a little dig.
That was a little dig.
Little dig
a
to
little
the
digs
Saints, to the Saints fans.
Little digs. But heck of a play though.
That's not the person that you want to see open. AD with another opportunity for 2 the hard way.
I mean, this kid's been all over the place.
He's a strong worker, and you like what he's doing. Again, players that aren't doing more than what they're supposed to do.
That's the second foul on Kevin Banks. AD's putting together a pretty nice game himself. That's double-digit points for him. Good rebound by Cam Green.
Nice outlet pass. No rush from Ced Brooks.
I think that's great patience, running the offense set, seeing what the defense is doing. They just changed from a man-to-man to a 2-3. Good entry pass.
You want to see him kick that one out. He was already committed too far under the basket. Nothing good could come from that one, being underneath it.
Well, I got to tell you, one of the things that Kevin was supposed to bring into the new year is shooting the ball above the blue. And he did not accomplish it this year.
No.
So we're going to have to put that one back on his resolution list for the second half of the year because he's got to do a better job of shooting that ball above the rim. I talked to him about how long he is and how much space he takes up, but he makes himself small when he shoots that ball down below the rim.
All right, Seth Brooks looking ahead. Looks like he's going to keep this one. Gives a pass out.
Good decision by Kevin Banks. Let's get a good offensive look. You know, we possess the ball.
To the same area
so
that you're going to. You're bringing too many people in. Scrappy team, scrappy game. Looks like both teams are hitting the ground trying to get those 50-50 balls, and this jump ball possession is going to stay with.
He's going to stay with us. Near turnover. Did a good job getting on the floor, though. Good rotation. That might be the one to get set off. Great ball rotation. Great ball rotation. AD was able to suck the zone to the middle, rotated to Alex, and Alex found Sed in the corner for the wide open tree ball. But then we give it right back to him.
It looks like Sed's body language is starting to pick up a little bit, and we want to see him with a little more action. Wow.
Looks like a lot of contact down there.
When you swing down and break that plane, you already made it a difficult shot. It didn't look like he had a chance to make that, but you're giving him an opportunity to go to the foul line and really gifting 2 points if they're practicing their foul shots.
And see, here's the thing. As much as I love Sed, you know, it's the 4th year of us being together. I think in his entire career, he maybe have about 4 block shots. So at some point, you got to recognize that that's not my strong suit.
No.
So just stay in front. Big wall up, put your hands straight up in the air. Like you said, you had already made it a difficult shot opportunity. You change the dynamic.
All right.
By swinging down.
Now, I'm
going to let you take that one. I'm going to let you take that one.
As a coach, you got to think of that as a turnover. I mean, you had everything developed. You guys are in the lead. You're looking at your coach. He's giving you that 1 flat, that 1-4 flat, and you throw it over the backboard. That's not a shot opportunity missed. That's a turnover for most point guards. And you slid in too late. So you can count that as 2 turnovers.
And an opportunity for a 3-point play. That is a bad couple of possessions for AD.
You got to think you just made a 17-point lead go to single digits.
Let's go, D-up!
This is a 3rd quarter that, as a Seminole fan, you didn't want to happen, but you got Northport with a little bit of life. Tough shot.
Tough jumper.
Stay with it.
Sed digging down for the ball, unable to come loose with it. Nobody's
and
back.
He's ahead and
why would you foul in that situation?
You can't foul in that situation, AD. And you got to think for Mr. Savage, he's looking at the referee and looking at his coach as if, what did I do? Any body contact to a defenseless offensive player, they're going to call it. You're not going to get the benefit of that doubt.
And at that scenario, that situation, he's ahead of the pack. He's got you beat. Just got to, surrender the 2. Surrender the 2 and get back to an offensive set.
Just run past him. Referees look like they're putting each other in the right position, but I've never seen a stoppage of play for that.
Me either. Hopefully they're not getting winded.
And he asked us how they were doing. Don't ask me now.
Good decision by AD not to shoot that jumper, contested jumper.
Stay with it.
All right, Sam Washington with the baseline jumper. He's got a nice touch.
He does.
He's got a nice touch.
That's pretty good ball movement. They moved the zone from side to side. Alex made a pretty good pass underneath. Tough drive by AD.
Again.
Saved the ball. We got to get it.
His team
now
isn't watching. Number 21 sacrificed the body to get a save. Sed gets an open jumper, and he's having an off night. This is a big possession. That's a big possession for the Bobcats. That puts him down 6.
And that's a 5-point swing. He missed the 3. and give up a layup. Although, you know, I'll take the shot. AD did a good job driving.
It was open. It was an open shot.
It was an open look.
He's just having an off night.
We just got to knock that one down. Good pass.
He's having an off night, Coach.
Yes, he is. He really is having an off night. AD, good penetration, good dump off. Like you said, it's having an off night.
This is the point where you got to leave some things in the past and let them be last year and come into this new year with a resolute mind and really work on keeping yourself in the game.
There's the Seminoles' infamous line play. That play won them a game against Lakewood, St. Pete Lakewood a few weeks ago. This time it results in a foul and free throws for Alex Taylor. We really need these 2 makes, if possible, so we can stop the bleeding and kind of get back on the offensive, get ourselves back on some firm ground there. 2 free throws by Alex, good job. Seminoles fall back into a 32 defense. Trying to pay attention to the shooters. Good block by Sam Washington.
That was a force. Good recovery by Washington. Got it with the open jumper, and he nails it in the corner. Alex Taylor had a great look, keeping that ball alive after Sam Washington played hot potato. And there's a foul from Seth Brooks that is it's questionable because there's no reason to reach if he's already past you. You got to trust your back line. Sam Washington just had a block on the very same type of penetration. So if you have some trust on him, then you keep your feet and your hands to yourself and you just look for that rebound on the reversal and the repositioning.
And it's doubly tough because that's Sed's 3rd foul, so he's going to have to sit.
So we won't see him again until the 4th quarter. Looking at the score, we've got ourselves in a bit of a quagmire looking at the foul situation.
Yeah, 11-point game. You know, momentum is kind of on the Bobcat side. 9-point game now.
They're getting what they wanted.
They're getting what they want in that zone. So we got to be able to shut that middle off and get some stops.
Let's go, D-Up.
Now, Coach is desperately looking to see how he'll have an opportunity to keep the momentum with his senior scorer on the bench. But he's having a tough night. Oh, that's blatant. That's blatant.
That's another tough call. I think that's number 3 on Cam, too. So now we have a 9-point game, 1:32 left in the 3rd quarter. 2 of your more dominant, productive offensive players usually are with 3 fouls. Looks like Coach is going to roll the dice a little bit, though, and leave Cam in with 3 fouls.
Got to keep one of them on the floor. I was wondering if Coach was going to come out in that blue velour and wipe the floor off. I didn't think he was going to bend down and do that one.
Nah, that thing is nice. That's assistant coach Willie Mosley and the blue velour looking like sweet velvet coat. Everybody been talking about that coat, even the opponent players in the JV game, players were walking by, hey, Coach, that's a good coat. That's a nice coat.
I mean, it looks like the whole outfit has got a little velour to it.
Got a little shine to it.
Little shine to it. Shining like the brand new baby New Year.
That is not a smart decision by Cam on that play. I know what he was trying to do. He's trying to overplay and get the steal. But in the 3-2, once they beat you on that top side, you leaving a guard on that back side to defend against the big. So in essence, you're giving up 2 points.
With the foul situation, you don't want to put yourself in an opportunity to let the referee make that call.
I agree. I would have liked to see Cam just stay behind that man. There's a corner jumper from Jermaine Ginyard off the mark.
You gotta move, gotta move.
Seminoles trying to harass the ball.
They're gonna call that foul and he's gonna go to the line. They're in the bonus now. Any team that's behind loves the opportunity to get to the bonus, get to the foul line. You are, in essence, stopping the clock and still putting points on the board with a team that can shoot foul shots well.
And like you said, that's a tough call. Not that it was the wrong call, but it's a tough call because you're at half court. You're fouling a man at half court, and now he walks half the length of the court for 2 free throws. And if we've been watching Brian O'Boyle, he hasn't missed very many shots tonight.
No, he's
whether
missed
it's been
2
jumpers
shots.
or free throws. So now you take a guy that has been lights out from the floor and you give him 2 free throws and he makes them both.
5-point game now. Seminoles trying to really focus on getting a positive outcome from this play. You don't want a turnover, which we just escaped having one. Yeah, I don't like my big center having the ball that far out around the 3-point line. Nobody in the rebound. Kevin is able to get in and put that ball in.
Have no clue why Cam is out on the wing in a zone set. But again, good job by Kevin Banks following up with the rebound.
This young man is putting together a heck of a game. That ball went in and out, but Mr. O'Boyle is really putting together a nice game.
Yeah,
Number 24, Jermaine, puts the ball in for 2.
Great pass by Skyler. Jermaine was able to finish it. Rebound by Alex Taylor. We got a timeout on the floor.
And was that timeout by Coach Watkins?
Watkins called a timeout with .3 on the clock. I'm sure he was not paying attention to the clock at that moment because I think he would have liked to have that timeout back.
I thought his resolution this year was to have better clock management. My thought is that he's going to really draw up a home run play to win the game, but it's
third quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm at a loss on this one. It's a little tough.
If I know Watkins like I know Watkins, he was caught up in the moment of the game.
Okay.
Of the emotion of the game, I should say, not really paying attention to the clock.
And I've got his top assistant. I got his top assistant over here, and that's probably the reason why.
You know, and he called a timeout because he saw something that he didn't like, and not realizing there was .3 on the clock.
Well, if you haven't done so, you should like the SETV Facebook page. You can find it on Facebook.com, SEHS Television. Not only will you get reminders and direct links to all of the events that Southeast Television broadcasts live, but you'll also get notices to the other activities that the fine young broadcasters of SETV are involved in. And while you're at it, share the Facebook link with your friends and family. That's Facebook.com, SEHS Television. And this information is also available on the website, setv.news.
Well, we got a couple seconds back, 2.3 on the clock.
Cam didn't want his shooting percentage to go down.
You know, Cam's all about his numbers.
He's protecting that percentage. He didn't want to see it go down with an errant attempt.
So, Greg, I got to ask you, we're a few weeks into 2018. You know, we've been spending some time talking about everybody else's New Year resolutions. What's your New Year's resolution? I'm sure you had to leave something in 2017 and bring something else in 2018. I'm surely there's something new that you want to do in this new year.
I'm thinking this year, I just want to have some more time to spend with friends and family. As you mentioned, I'm pretty busy in the community, and we just got done doing 3 service projects with the group Truly Valued, and working with Wells Fargo. I have an opportunity to be one of the chairmen of the Black Team Members Network, and it was really important to get out and show our faces in the community, especially in this environment, in this economic day and age, and just make sure that we show a lot of diversity and care for our country as one. So that's what I'm going to continue to do is to take a little bit of a break from so many activities, and if I can, incorporate my friends and family along with it.
All right. Well, we appreciate all that you do in the community. You guys have been a huge supporter of the Seminole basketball program since we took it over, from both lending us your child to lending us some support from Wells Fargo. So we really appreciate everything that you do.
Yes, sir.
There's a jumper by number 21, Eric Baker, off the mark. Rebound, Jermaine Ginyard with a tough driving layup. Great finish.
Nice concentration. You got to think, sped up the play to get this quarter started. He was moving more towards a snail's pace in the ending moments. That's a turnover from
defense by Jermaine again.
Number 22, Jermaine. Nice pass, Jermaine, finding breaking that zone.
And I got to tell you, Jermaine is a really exceptional basketball player. The one thing that we've been really trying to get him to focus on is his defensive effort. We know he got all the tools offensively. He can shoot the ball. As you can see, he can finish at the rim. He's got nice size, nice strength. He has good passing skills, but he has to focus in defensively. So it was really good to see him get that steal. There's a turnover there. I talked to Skylar about jumping the pass at halftime. Obviously, he didn't heed my warning.
Wow.
Good in and out. 15-footer by Ginyard, off the mark. Little helter-skelter. Hopefully we can settle down. There's another jumper by Ginyard. Rebound by Cam for 2.
Now Cam had good position and made sure that he stayed on that block and didn't stray too far out like he did previously when he got out to the wing. And that's the reason why you want to have him on that block. We got an advantage. He takes up a lot of space with his body, and that helps him with his rebounding. That was a great pass fake. He took all the defense with him and was able to slide right in. They're extending their press to a 3/4 court.
Good decision by Jermaine to pull it out, run a little bit of clock, make sure we get a quality possession. You know, when you're up by 13 with 6 minutes to go, you want to make sure that you value the basketball and get a good possession. Good way to follow your rebound by Alex. Another rebound, 2 from Kevin.
Kevin stays in the right place at the right time. I don't see anything called for him. We got to delay game 1, and I was waiting for that to happen because Kevin has a tendency to grab the ball out of the rim. Now,
well, I will say I love the way that we're going to the glass. Maybe the kids themselves have made a resolution to fight on the glass and go a little bit harder, with a little bit more force. But that's one of the things that we don't normally do as well. Great steal by Kevin, passed out. Good decision. We got to shoot the ball.
Yeah, that's too much passing.
Unselfish.
Somebody's got to be able to take the shot.
Another
you don't want to
pass
give that open.
And we give up the 3. Great defensive effort on one side. Just too many passes, a little too unselfish. Results in a 3 on the other side.
You know, what were they looking for? You gave up a good shot to get the same good look. You know, you got to think, man, I want to have a good shot turn into a great shot. But the way that they were passing that ball, I don't know if they knew what they were looking for.
And, you know, it's part of the culture of basketball nowadays. You know, like I know back in our day, you get that ball 5 feet away, I'm either going to power dribble and score, or I'm going to shoot the little 2-foot hook shot or jump shot. These kids nowadays, they'll pass up a layup to kick it out for a 3-pointer. I mean,
it's the Curry syndrome.
It is the Curry syndrome. I ain't want to blame it on Stephen Curry, but a lot of these kids don't. But the other part of that is they don't realize how much time Steph Curry puts in to be the knockdown shooter that he is.
Yeah, Curry.
And there's a reason for that.
Curry is able to do that because of his body of work. He's been doing that for a long time. Some of it's genetic, some of it's being around the game and really having an opportunity to learn from some of the greatest. I mean, when your dad is one of the best shooters of all time, you know, you're going to have some of that naturally, but he works at his craft and he works at his handle. But these kids, you know, a couple of things that they look at is either trying to cross somebody up and get that finger roll, get that jelly, or they're trying to take a long 3. I've always been told the straightest, the best way to make short distance in between 2 points is a straight line.
That's a great split by Skylar. He saw them hedging out and he split it. Was able to get a drive to the basket. That's a foul on number 0, Albert Barron. Another drive. Another great straight line drive by Skylar.
For our audience at home, the smile on Skylar's face is permanent. It's kind of like the Joker. He's always smiling, but he doesn't have a lack of competitiveness in it, and you got to get used to being around that kid. He's just a really happy kid, but he takes his game very seriously, and he works hard at being as good as he's gotten. I mean, he's really grown with the program. You guys have put good hands on him, and it shows in his senior year getting an opportunity to start most of these games.
Well, you know, Sky's a junior, so he'll come back for another campaign next year. You know, and one of the things that he's learning from, and I won't call it a resolution, but one of the things that he's been doing a lot better this year is going straight to the basket. You know, he had a tendency to go east-west sometimes. And on that play, you saw he made a move, made a decision, got straight line to the basket, and was ordered to pick up the foul call.
Now, I will make mention, just because I've watched some of these games, those point guards on varsity are going to really get pushed this summer by a couple of point guards you have on that JV team.
Yeah, the JV guys are working. You know, they're working to come along. You know, so they're students of the game. They want to get better. They want to work. So, you know, we should be pretty good. The future looks bright for the Seminole basketball. Ball out of bounds, under the basket.
You know,
Brooks brings the ball up top.
Through these games with Coach Meckley, we used to talk about what a lot of people don't realize is that if those other two schools east of us weren't built, how many state championships would have come through Seminole Alley? Because all the kids in Mayaca had to come here. All the kids that are on the east on 64, they would have come here. So when you think about the powerhouse that this team was and this school was, you look at just the sheer number of great athletes that were here, and now you dilute that for them to build up and have a chance to really play high-level basketball again is a testament to what you guys are doing, Coach. So you want to keep that up.
I appreciate that.
Get back to those old Seminole ways. That's a big boy move.
I appreciate that. You know, we're trying to put in the work. You know, we're trying to build it the right way. We're trying to organically bring these kids in, get them as freshmen, work with them, develop them, teach them a sense of pride within the orange and blue, and really wanting to be here and wanting to be here and be successful. And then hopefully, you know, we'll reap some of the rewards in the next couple of years and really make a run at the state title. So
basketball is year-round, and there's not a lot of two-sport stars anymore, so everybody's a specialist. So if you want to be a good basketball player, you got to put that work in.
I got to tell you, Cam is doing an amazing job this evening on the backboard. He's going after everything with everything that he has. He's getting rewarded this particular time by being able to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws.
Is he getting close to that double-double? That was his resolution.
I got an unofficial count of 9 rebounds. I got an unofficial count of 9 rebounds. So a couple more, one more, he'll be a double-double.
What can we do to get the foul shots to drop, Coach? I mean, you can't do more than what you're working on as far as the shooting and the time that they're putting in. So what do you think is the missing piece?
I mean, I really think it's focus. I think it's about, you know, putting together a routine that they can rely on in the game, and they can focus on slowing their heart rates down, slowing their adrenaline down, and really focus on, you know, following through and their technique. I think, like what you said, we shoot them all the time, but it's not necessarily under game-type pressure. So that's one thing that we got to do better with. That's foul number 4 on Seth Brooks.
Trying to emulate that game-time pressure. You got 3 minutes left. The game is not totally put away. These Bobcats will not go down easy. So as a Seminole, whenever you foul, they're going to the double bonus now.
Yeah, and they're scrappy. You know, we got to go back down to their place February 2nd. There's a bad turnover by AD, which results in a 2-point easy layup on the other end. And like you said, this game's not over. This is an 8-point game with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left.
8-point game. You're in the double bonus. Less than 3 minutes left. That's a recipe for disaster.
And the jump shot, Bobcats had the ball. You got a fortuitous bounce there. And Cam was able to get 2 points out of it. Cam's got 19 points and 9 rebounds unofficially by my stats.
Cam is putting together a heck of a game. Looks like he's getting a little tired, a little winded, but this is when you need to tough it out. That's the great thing about basketball is you can really read the drama of the game. There's no helmets. You're not far away like in baseball. You're right there. You're front row. You can touch and see these players. That's what makes basketball one of the greatest games that we have.
Good pass by Alex Taylor, finished by Kevin Banks. And then on the other end, Mr. O'Boyle puts in 2 more. He's got a pretty good game going too.
He's not going to let this one get away. And again, I want to point out that this is a time that we want to focus on playing strong defense and talking our rotations. As soon as you get a stop, you want to know where your teammate is, get the ball into your guard's hands, and allow them to really work this clock and milk it as much as we can.
I would imagine that Northport's going to come out with pressing defense. So we got to be strong with the ball. We got to make sure that we're making crisp passes. Make sure that we're hitting the open guy, invite the trap, then get rid of the ball. If we have the advantage, go score. But this is a tremendous opportunity to milk some time off the clock to make sure we get a quality possession.
They've turned us over several times.
Southeast sets up in their press break, which normally works really well.
There's that jump in the air pass, and now Alex was stranded. Kevin's taking a 3. Usually don't see that happen, but it's in and out.
Good job by Kevin Banks. Kevin's putting together a really good game.
Very nice game.
That's 17 points for Kevin Banks, unofficially.
All right. Nice.
I'll take that defense. You got him taking a fadeaway jumper from 16 feet. Good rebound.
Looks like they're running out of gas a little bit. Need to really get a quality. Don't rush into that. Good decision to pull out. Now let's make something happen. May have gotten away with the carry on that one.
I don't like that lackadaisical pass, but it got through. And there's a foul. Seminoles now go to the free throw line, shooting 1-and-1. Alex Teller be on the line. So this is where our free throw shooting is going to really come into play.
So the rest of this game is going to be a chess match. He's got a minute on the clock, but in actuality, it's probably going to last about 3 to 4 more minutes. So you got to think with the chess match, every rebound, every 50-50 ball, every foul shot is going to be important.
And there's Cam with a really important offensive rebound. Hustling the ball, prying it away from the defender's hands, converting for 2. That was big because, like you said, it's going to be a test match. I look for them to foul us and try to go on the other end and score. They were unable to. Another great rebound by Cam.
No, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that happened. Now, Skylar is getting a little lax with the ball handling, and in a game that's not really over, you got to really think about tightening up that handle.
Well, I think we're going to escape out of this one with the win.
Good. Forecast for the rest of the season. What do you think, Coach?
Well, you know, we played with a lot of intensity tonight against a Northport opponent that was, you know, was fried. They came in with the attitude to win. He came in playing hard. And, see, we got to match intensity. One of our challenges that we've had as a team thus far this year is matching the other team's intensity. And so tonight we did that. You know, we'll see tomorrow. We're going to have, like I said, a district opponent in here, Bayshore Bruins. And, you know, crosstown rivals. They beat us at the buzzer last time when we was over at their place. The atmosphere was electric. The stands were packed. People really came out for the game. So I anticipate the same type game tomorrow, and we have to match their intensity.
So this is a call to all the students that are listening and watching on YouTube and SCTV. You guys got to come out and support these Seminoles. Need the student session to be lit, as you would say.
There's Ariel De La Rosa in, and he gets an and one. Ariel's always a crowd favorite. He's a charter student from Beacon Preparatory, and you gotta love the way he shoots his free throws.
Is he shooting under? Is he gonna shoot underhanded? Is he giving us the Rick Barry?
He's giving us the Rick Barry, and he shoots them with a lot of confidence.
This guy,
consistency.
and he's out there. See, he's playing hard. He doesn't care if it's 1 minute, if it's 30 seconds. He's in there, and he's going hard. He's calling ball when the ball is in front of him. This is infectious. The crowd is reacting. You want to see this go for the whole team. If he gets, I was going to say, if he gets another rebound, this place is going to explode.
That's why Ariel is a fan favorite. It doesn't matter how much time's on the clock. It doesn't matter how much he gets the plays. He's going to give you 100%.
Give him the ball
the entire time.
I'm rooting for the kid now. Get another bucket, Ariel.
And he's going to go. He's going to go try to score. Nick LaFont is in the game. He's another one of our practice players, and he gets two. It's always good to see those guys that work hard in practice get rewarded with a few minutes and the ability to score.
All right, guys. Looks like that is the end of the game. We've got a final score. Seminoles with a 20-point win, 79-59. Our final thoughts about the game, and then our next broadcast is going to be on the end of the month, Tuesday, January 30th. The Lady Seminoles team is going to play against the Palmetto Tigers. Let's see if we can try and get a word with Coach Floyd Watkins before we sign off tonight. Directly after the game, first time seeing the Bobcats. What do you think, Coach?
Well, they're going to be a tough out when we go to their place on February 2nd. You know, we'll go down there, hopefully with the same level of intensity, and hopefully we come ready to play. You know, they got a good squad. They're not 12-4 for nothing. You can see where they run good stuff, good quality offense, good quality defense. They play with a lot of passion. So this is a good quality win for us.
When you get a team that you really haven't had a chance to see and you get some video on it, how does that translate to your game plan and your prep? Well, maybe you know what, we could save that for Coach Watkins. Looks like he's going to join us. Do we have an extra headset? Okay, Greg 10, Gilmer 12 is the challenge.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me enlighten you on what our challenge was. We always have a theme for our broadcast, and tonight's theme was New Year's resolutions. Who could, in the flow of their conversation, mention New Year's resolutions the most? And tonight's winner is Coach Dwight Gilmer, 12-10. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my headset over to Coach Watkins and bask in my victory.
Wow, that was a gracious thing for you to do for your New Year's resolution. All right.
You gonna be able to hear me?
It's over.
You gonna be able to hear me?
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm saying, are you gonna be able to hear me?
Yeah.
Like, even if I'm talking? Okay. Well, I know, but, you know, this is TV. I don't know how things work.
Coach Watkins, you don't know how things work on TV, but you know how they work on the basketball court. Tell us about this win that you just got.
It was great to have our first home game of 2018. Mostly the score is great. The way it ended up was great, but I think overall our level of effort and mental focus that we put into the game was refreshing to see. So,
being able to talk with you before the game, you talked about employing the zone defense and really maximizing your talent. You did that tonight and wanted to control the boards. Accomplished because of Cam close to a double-double. I think we had unofficially 19 points and 10 rebounds. How do you feel about your center's play?
Outstanding. I think he has worked very hard to get himself in shape from football, where he was an all-state defensive lineman. He got in basketball shape relatively quickly. As you can see, he has a lot of offensive skills, and he's become very adept at covering the ground, running up and down the court, and I think that has helped him being in shape to accomplish a lot of things, especially on the boards and having the energy to go after getting double-digit boards consistently.
Not having the greatest game from your leading scorer, Seth Brooks, you had to do some adjustments. What do you think you can work on within the next 24 hours to have have them ready for a closely contested district contest against the Bayshore Bruins?
I told Cedric at the conclusion of the game, I thought he played absolutely outstanding. He generally makes those shots. That didn't occur tonight. But if you look at the game and you see how many times did he make the correct pass, how many times was he in the right place on defense, he stayed invested in what we were doing even though he didn't have a great offensive night. So I'm extremely proud of what Cedric Brooks did tonight.
That's engagement and growth and maturity. And as a senior, as one of the leaders on your team, I know that's something that you're looking for. Well, we look forward to seeing a great contest tomorrow. Again, you want all of your students to come on out and watch.
Teacher appreciation.
It is teacher appreciation tomorrow as well?
Yes,
all
that's
right.
correct.
All right, so teacher appreciation. And Coach Gilmore, are you getting an award for that one?
Probably several.
You think so? Probably several.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Is he that office that they like to go to during the day?
Absolutely.
Is he the guy?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
He
all
is
right.
that guy. He is that guy.
Well, we're going to have
Thank
a New Year's
God.
resolution to
Yeah.
get his attendance record set up, and we'll see what's going on in that classroom. Well, I think tonight, again, we got the Seminoles with a 20-point win over the Northport Bobcats. You go down to Northport on February 4th, is that correct? February 2nd.
Yes.
All right, so Groundhog's Day, and that means you want to try and have the same results. And tonight, we've got Coach Gilmer, myself, and the victorious Coach Floyd Watkins
Hello,
signing
world.
off for SCTV. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on January 30th.